Hey Active Xer. So this short series of videos is about the 5 things you mustn't do if you want a stronger back. Now the first one on the item, so this is something you must not do if you want a stronger back, is you must not listen to amateurs or generalists. Okay, getting and keeping a stronger back is specialist work, especially if you have a history of weakness, pain in your lower back. Now, if you go all the way back to the beginning of my podcast series, the Active X Backs podcast, you'll see the first 6 foundational episodes were largely about how to build a plan to get a stronger back. So by all means, if you want the detail on this, refer back to those. But I'm just going to make this really important point that if you want to get a stronger back, don't just Google it. Don't throw yourself at the mercy of your auntie or your uncle who used to have a sore back but had it miraculously cured by going to the guy down at the end of the road who works out of his garage and beat you a few times with a cricket bat. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen that episode of The Simpsons, where Homer decides, I think he goes to a chiropractor and the chiropractor does a few things to him, but then charges Homer a large sum of money by Homer's standards, and Homer thinks, oh, there's nothing to it. The guy just beat me up, I paid him a lot of money. So Homer sets himself up as a chiropractor. If you haven't watched it, it's hilarious, especially if you're a chiropractor, osteopath, physio, you'll see the funny side. Anyway, so don't throw yourself on the mercy of generalists, relatives, people who don't really understand how backs and pain works. So if you want to get better, do not throw yourself on the mercy of generalists. Don't Google it. Go and see an expert. So that's the first thing you must not do, and this is high level stuff here. Don't throw yourself on the mercy of generalists or Dr. Google. So the second thing you mustn't do if you want a stronger back is to rely on someone else to fix you. Now I don't just mean a generalist, I mean just anyone, including experts. Nobody is going to fix your back, okay? I always say to people who come and consult me either virtually online or in the clinic, that look, this is, and I've got a few versions of this, but typically, look, this is 80-20, right? So it's 80% your effort and 20% what I do. So I can do things that will help you, most particularly help you to regain the cliff top, so I'm very good at the relief stage, but if you want to get back from the edge of another episode, then that's on you. And we can help you, we can give you all the information and guidance and coaching and support that you need to do all that work, but you have to do it. It's your back. Yeah, I can't fix it, I can't make it perfect, I can't give you a stronger back. There's lots of things that you need to do to help yourself to solve this in the long run. So in essence, if you want a stronger back, the second thing you must not do is rely on somebody else to fix you, whether that be surgery, pills, manipulation, anything. It's not going to work. You need to work on it if you want a stronger back. So the third one on the list is you mustn't ignore pain. Okay? So pain is a warning system. Now, this gets complicated and let's focus on the fact that you mustn't ignore pain. Pain is there to teach you the things that you should and shouldn't do, especially valuable in the very short term. So if you have a recent onset of pain, particularly if this is one of your first ever episodes of pain in this part of your body, then it's there to tell you to stop. Yeah? So if it hurts every time you sit for 10 minutes, it's probably your back's way, your body's way of telling you, look, sitting isn't good for you at the moment. If we take this to extremes, so you think about putting your hand on a hot plate, on the top of a cooker, it hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, if it's hot, it's going to burn you, you're going to pull your hand back. Usually you pull your hand back before you actually do any damage. It's the same thing with pain in your back. The pain is there to tell you to remove yourself from that activity, stop doing it, and give your body a chance to heal. Okay, so the third thing you mustn't do if you want a The third thing you mustn't do if you want a stronger back is you mustn't ignore the pain. The fourth thing is kind of the opposite to the third thing, so a bit controversial. The fourth thing you mustn't do is you mustn't expect your journey to recovery to be painless. Okay, now yesterday I talked about the fact that you mustn't ignore pain, but this theme is about understanding that, particularly if you have long-term pain, you're not going to go from 0 to hero. Yeah? You're not going to just suddenly be fine. The journey out of pain will continue to be painful for a while, but don't focus on it. Yeah? In fact, that's life, isn't it? So beyond the context of your lower back problem, there's always going to be some pain potentially around the corner. So don't expect life to be painless, but, and we have a plan for this, there are things that you can do to put pain in context and to understand pain. But particularly I'm talking to you, and mostly the people who listen to my stuff are people who have recurring pain. As you plan that journey to be fully recovered from your lower back weakness, so getting a stronger back, accept that particularly in the early stages, that could be days, weeks, even months, there will still be some pain. Okay? So don't expect the journey to full recovery to be painless. The last thing you mustn't do is you mustn't depend on hope. Right? So otherwise stated, you must not fail to plan. Okay? Or put another way, if we avoid all the negatives, you must plan. Yeah, so just hoping for a better back and sort of going to see somebody and somebody doing a few things to you and you feeling a bit better in the short term, that's not a plan. That's just hope. If you want a stronger back, you need to plan for it. You need to set a goal, and I've talked about this many times before. Make it a SMART goal: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely. So set that SMART goal, and once you've got a goal set out in stone, so you've written it down, maybe not on a stone tablet, but on paper or on some sort of digital device, you've got your plan, or rather you have your goal, then it's easy to make a plan. Yeah, so we can plan based on that goal. But if you don't plan, and particularly if you don't stick to that plan, it's just a hope. It's just a wish. So 5 things you mustn't do if you want to get a stronger back. You mustn't listen to amateurs, Dr. Google. You mustn't rely on somebody else to fix you. You mustn't wholly ignore pain. You need to learn from pain. But equally, you mustn't expect it to be a painless journey. There will be some pain along the road. And finally, you mustn't depend on hope alone. You have to plan. Okay? So, and as ever, if you want help with that plan, you can get it at backpainandsciatica.co.uk. You'll find there's a free assessment on there that will lead you into an output. So we'll send you a PDF, a report that will help you to build that plan to get a better back. All for free. We'll connect you with people who can support you in that process if you want help as well. Okay? And if you're in the Edinburgh area and you want an in-person support, then go to active-x.co.uk. You can come and see my good self or one of my colleagues, and we can help you with that plan. Okay, thanks for listening. See you again soon.